Hello everybody, welcome to another Arkham Horror List video. Today we're doing something for the first time in our list video series, which is revisiting an old list. It's been 1 year, I think almost to the year, almost to the day. I think this came out May 14th, 2020, was our top 5 favorite investigators. I thought
It was
this would
actually
be...
May 14th, 2020.
Did I say 20? Was it May 14th, 2020?
Yep.
Sick.
We're 2 days. Oh, and we might not be 2 days early.
Yeah, time works differently in YouTube.
Yeah, time works. Yeah,
I
we're
always
1 day
forget.
early on YouTube. I thought this, I don't want to revisit a lot of our lists, but specifically our top 5 favorite and least favorite investigators. I think is something that can warrant a revisit because new perspectives. We played the game a lot more. Sometimes maybe our lists will change. So why don't we dive right in, Bryn, with your number 5 most favorite investigator.
Yeah, we got Winifred Habermock. Part of this is because her deck came with green cards that could be used to do anything, actually, at all ever. And that is something I greatly appreciate. But also, playing with her, it's like you're playing Skids, only your character does something. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Rather than just, I get to try again if I screw up and then probably screw up again.
Yeah.
You just get to draw lots of cards and throw all kinds of things at skill tests, and most of the time it kind of works. Sometimes you draw a green token. But yeah, she's got a pretty sweet stat line for most things that you might try to do playing green. We just tank the brain tests always.
When I was building my list, I still have my love for skill-based decks, and I haven't played Winifred yet. For people who are wondering, Justin, you love skills. What do you think of Winifred? I haven't played her yet. I think she probably could find a spot on my list. She seems sweet, but
yeah, one of my favorite things to do with her is to play the Crystallizer of Dreams, and then use it to recycle your events to not only give you a buff to your next skill check, but it's a card with a name that is committed to a skill test.
Mm-hmm.
And if you draw your blue token, you get to add the events back to your hand from out from under the Crystallizer, which is
that does seem sick.
Largely unnecessary, but really cool.
Yeah, seems wild. My number 5 is a new addition that I recently played for the first time in our one collection challenge of the Dream Eaters, is Jacqueline Fine, the Psychic. As we've played this game more and more, I've fallen into the role that I love, which is helping my friends. I love playing the support, and I love being there for my buddies and being like, don't worry, I'll use my psychic powers to determine that this test will be a success. It also helps that Jacqueline Fine is incredibly powerful. Who would have thought that a grotesque statue effect every turn would be strong, right? We talk about how good grotesque statue is, and she just gets it. It's especially when you have your, I believe it's called Arbiter of Fates out, you just don't fail tests anymore, which is wild. And then you help your friends not fail tests. In a 3-player game, her thing is stretched a little thin, but how often really are your other players making tests that are relevant that many times a turn? Usually it's only one test a turn that is incredibly relevant for the ability. It'll be interesting to see how long she stays on here, because I have been stuck in Mystic Hell for a while now, where I've been playing only Mystics on this channel, and I'm very excited to get out of it. And Jacqueline Fine exists here not for the Mystic card pool, which I still I'm just getting really bored of, but her ability. Just the amount that just her investigator token supports people. And when Travis and I, as Carolyn Fern and Jacqueline Fine, were running around the map together, and we were the least scared ever in this game, I was like, this is top tier Arkham for me. I love this, what's happening right now. Travis, what's your number 5?
This is Roland Banks. Thank you for pasting the book artwork on. That was good. I feel like he has, even though he's from the core set, I like the simplicity of his design. I like that he has to play yellow cards as a secondary color and blue cards as a primary color. And I think that he's become quite a bit better with some of the cards from the Nathaniel Cho starter deck. And he's like just a better investigator now. I've always like kind of had a soft spot for him being one of the first ones that you play in the or do you have access to playing the game. And yeah, like I like shooting enemies. I like getting clues, and getting clues without making a test is pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's get to our number 4s, starting with you, Bryn. All buddies.
I've got Dexter Drake. He's pretty new. I've only played him like through one campaign and I believe a standalone. But he's pretty neat. You get to when we used to play Android Netrunner. One of my favorite decks to play was like Next Design, which was a Hasbioroid corporate deck where you played all kinds of weird garbage, and none of it really did anything. But the more of it you had, the more of it you had. Like you. And that's kind of like this guy. He's just like, we're gonna dump a whole bunch of garbage things into play, and then we're gonna use them to do better things later. So I think that's kind of fun. Plus, he gets to play green cards. So
yeah, it's kind of like reverse Safina, right? Where it's like you still get to do green, but you also get to do like purple too. And
yes, it is.
Can I ask, Bryn, what is it like to actually be able to function as a Dexter Drake in your first Arkham Files game?
It's kind of weird. So traditionally when I play this guy in either Arkham 2nd Edition or Eldritch Horror, I would simply spend the first 4 or 5 turns of the game dying and doing nothing.
Yeah.
I haven't done that yet in the card game.
Yeah, it's like a bit of a
meme
meme for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of mad that this Dexter Drake works so well for your playstyle, because I just don't think it's right. I think it's actually like a crime.
It feels wrong.
Yeah. Well, my number 4, and I can see as Travis's number 4 because we're buddies, is Mandy Thompson.
Hey.
This one's a new one on my list. It was actually Travis's number 4 last year. I haven't played her at this point, but after playing her, she's very powerful and very fun. Who would have thought that searching your deck every turn and grabbing 2 cards would be that good? It's really fun, and you just feel so powerful, and your book's 5, so like you're already kitted out for what you need to be doing, and then everything else is just gravy on top. Like, my experience with her, which you haven't seen in the footage and eventually will come up, is our return to the Forgotten Age. But just being able to cycle Pendant of the Queen multiple times in a scenario is juicy. And you don't even really blink when it's happening. You're just like, yeah, I'll do it again. I'll do it again. It also makes me dream of a Mandy Thompson where I play just the support Mandy Thompson we talk about and just grabbing level 5 No Stone Unturned, and then on the first turn, just seeing Travis's face when I say, Travis, look through your deck and find whatever 2 cards you want, buddy. And then I just get clues for the rest of my actions. I know that'll be a great day. Wow. Yeah. What do you like Mandy for? Still copy-paste from last year or anything new?
I like her flexibility. I appreciate it a little bit more. The different varieties of cards you can play in her deck, where you can go for like, look, what I really like about Manny Thompson is you can play a 50-card deck and it's not bad, and you can just play a bunch of garbage in your deck and it still works.
Yeah, it still works.
It's still functional. Okay. I like playing. She is the character who gets to play all of the untranslated cards, in my opinion. And it's just a good time.
Yeah, Mandy's just like unfiltered fun. Whatever you want, whatever you dream, as long as it's within her deck building restrictions, you can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sick. All right, number 3, Bryn, what's yours?
I got Zoe Samaras, the chef. Uh,
Jeff.
she just stabs things good.
Yeah.
Uh, no, what I like about this what I like about this one is not so much how it plays in the game, but I like her lore a lot. Where she's basically just a serial killer, killing people that she thinks God is telling her are wicked. And you kind of like you run into her and you're just kind of like, yeah, okay, like I mean, I guess we're trying to kill the same people. So like, go kill those guys. They're wicked, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't seen you play as Zoe deck in a while, but it's always fun to watch you just kill everything.
She's pretty neat.
Yeah. Yeah. My number 3 is Grandma, otherwise known as Gloria Goldberg. I've played her a few times, actually. Once in our recent Dream Eaters, but also in a Diana and Gloria deck. And Grandma's just strong. In a 2-player campaign especially, she's busted. She's like just bonkers good. 5 brain, 4 book means she's always relevant, and you give her a sword cane or magic cane or whatever that card is, and she just like nothing stops her. Like a scary cultist shows up and it says, "Hey Grandma, I'm here to kill you." Then Grandma hits him with the sword cane, and that dude's dead, or evaded if he has more than that health, or just if you have 2 sword canes, you just double whack like 2 lightsabers, and it's super sick. This is not even talking about just like how her ability is very powerful. It's essentially like in a perfect world, which when you're building your deck in this game, you want a perfect world. You get to look every turn at the top of the deck and just get rid of an Ancient Evils. Like if you see one, like get rid of the threat. And then in a 3-player game, you can divvy out the order in which cards are given. Like it's the ultimate support class. And really the secret with Grandma that I have discovered is never put things in her basement. Her basement is a messy place that's filled with spiders. So if you're just always discarding cards a turn, that's pretty much removing them. And then it makes her weakness, which is actually a pretty scary weakness for her book promo version, which is the only version available, it's no longer a problem. Like Jacqueline, the Mystic card pool is a bit snoozy for me, but Gloria Goldberg, unlike Jacqueline, has an awesome deck building stipulation. Like, it offers a lot of different styles you can build with her, and Guardian Gloria is there's a lot of potential there, and I think it's going to grow really well with her pool. I'm interested to see what her non-book promo weaknesses and unique is, because with the unique, I'm pretty much only playing Alyssa Graham. And also, it's nice to play Alyssa Graham again. Like, I've liked her from the beginning, and being able to take advantage and control the Mythos deck is very powerful with Gloria. I have a great time. I love her. I love Grandma. Travis, what's your number 3?
This is Luke Robinson for basically the same reasons as last year, but he is now also one of the best abusers of Practice Makes Perfect. So from the yellow side of things, he gets access to Perception level 2 and Deduction level 2, both of which are insane to pick up and use again. But from the purple side is where things have really gotten better for him. Using Enrapture twice, of course, is fantastic with Gatebox, and Prophesy is solid, but getting to use Promise of Power twice is insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's so much value, especially you can play Practice Makes Perfect on other people's tests too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's so good. But I like the amount of mobility he has, and you don't have to care about enemies, which is a nice change of pace from complaining that I'd like someone to come deal with this enemy for me. And if you really need to kill it, you just play like a lot of the really powerful Mystic events that I enjoy playing, like Read the Signs and Spectral Razor. He uses pretty okay. And yeah, you'll notice a common theme with a lot of these characters is they can play low-level yellow cards.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, you seem to enjoy the yellow splash more than the yellow.
Yeah, like, actual yellow characters are kind of a little bit boring.
Mm-hmm.
In many cases, in my opinion, but playing another color, but also like having the ability to actually win the game is something that I like.
Yeah. So sick. All right. After 3 comes 2. Bryn, who do you have?
I got Will Yorick. This guy's just so cool. He's not just on the list because he looks like me, but you might believe it if I told you he was.
I would.
There's like a lot of cool things you can do with him, and every set that comes out just adds new stuff that you might be able to do. Because what are they going to do? Not print any more item cards or assets or things that are cool if you recycle them for the low price of 1 acolyte.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's Bryn's played Will Yorick a lot on our channel, so there's a lot of, actually very recently too, there's a lot of why Bryn likes him. You can see him in action. He's very good at playing Will Yorick.
Oh man, yeah. Some of the best is when you got like one of the boss enemies, and they're like, "Oh, we'll come evade it," and you're like, "No, it's cool. I'll just tank it."
Yeah, because you just can't die. He's already dead. That's the secret of Will Yorick.
Yeah. I got a teddy bear. We're good.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It allows you to just recycle your teddy bear to the point where you hate the upgraded version and think it's bad. And
it is garbage.
It's garbage. It is. It's garbage because it doesn't go in the garbage. My number 2 is Minty Fan. It is not just because she looks like me. There's other reasons as well. A big thing is, once again, the support. I'm so jealous right now of Bryn in our draft of Forgotten Age. Like, I just see Bryn having all this, like, I'm getting clues, I'm supporting my friends, and then I'm just like, what am I doing? I'm doing nothing. And I haven't played Min in a long time, and the last time I played Min, she got locked in the asylum, so that kind of sucked. But I've loved her like a lot since Eldritch Horror and into this, and that love continues. I like skills, play styles, and she was my number 2 last year. She's still my number 2 this year. I love Min, and she works for how I like to play. Travis, you're number 2.
It's Mark Harrigan. He's been demoted a slot from a year, probably because I haven't played him in like a year.
Yeah.
He is still my favorite shooty guy.
Mm-hmm.
The tactics pool has gotten significantly larger with the what's her face Winnie deck. Not that I would ever play any of those gross green cards, but no, there's just like lots of niche things you can. It's the same reasons as last year, man. I like to shoot stuff. He has 5 punch. You get to play enough off-color cards that it prevents his mostly blue deck building from being boring, and I get to draw a lot of cards.
Yeah, I was going to say, Travis loves drawing cards. If you don't know that about him, he loves it, so it's built in on Mark's character, so thumbs up.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to number 1 and see. I mean, it's not too exciting compared to what it could be, but Bryn, what's your number 1?
I got Safina Russo. Mm-hmm. It's nothing more fun than painting yourself, but you have knives for hands, and then you drag the enemy over to look at it, and you're like, look, that could be us right now. And he looks at it, and then it is you. You're stabbing him with your knife hands.
And is also just because Crystallizer of Dreams also works very well with her, also really helps.
I wasn't going to say
I was also thinking that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she is probably the best user of the Crystallizer of Dreams in the game, which has only something to do with this.
Mm-hmm.
I think there are a lot of cool ways that you could play and like build her deck. I do quite enjoy the. You sit down to play the game, and your teammates count out their 5 cards, and by the time they've decided on keeping their mulligan, you're still counting out cards into the pile you get to start with.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and yeah, like she's just kind of neat. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do. You can play like purple events matter if you want to, with effects to buff up your brain to take advantage of that, and like the extra copies of the spell events that you'll get off of your own unique card. You can play the Crystallizer of Dreams.
Mm-hmm.
You can play big money decks. She can do all kinds of neat things.
Okay.
And purple 0 to 2 gives you a lot of neat options.
Yeah, definitely. My number one has stayed over from last year, Mr. Silas Marsh the Sailor. I like skills. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I like skills. I like also when I don't need my skill, I can bring it back. I've never played the Eucatastrophe combo with Silas, and honestly, it doesn't interest me too much. I just think being able to recur your skills, and as the pool of skills grows larger, obviously Silas is also going to be able to do more fun, crazy things. So I'm excited about his future. I haven't played him in a long time. I'm excited to play him again once we are in person and we do the Innsmouth Conspiracy. I'm going to play him with his actual normal assets.
Harpoon.
Yeah, I'm very excited to play with the Harpoon in the net. And I like how he plays. I've always felt very safe with Silas. And it's not a support class because Silas can't even support himself. Like, look at the dude. And also, I don't like that he wears a shirt on that one card, but I'll forgive him this time. Travis, who's your number one?
This is Carolyn. She moved up a spot from last year, I think. Because I've played her recently, and I had a really good time zooming around with Safeguard and not having to spend any actions on moving. It was very enjoyable to me. I like Carolyn, again, same reasons as last year, but I really enjoy the deck building she has. I think it's really neat to be a Guardian that can't play weapons more than level 0. But you can still be a monster fighter if that's what you want to do. You can still kill things. You can be a pseudo mystic with your 3 brain, or you can be like a solid clue grabber with your 4 book. The only thing I really don't like about Carolyn is that she is kind of broken on Arkham DB and doesn't really work. A lot of the cards that she can play, they don't think you can play.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're upgrading your deck and you take out like a yellow card that heals horror for a different yellow card, and they're like, your deck is illegal now.
Yeah.
It takes you 5 minutes to figure out why.
Crime. Yeah. But luckily, Travis will be able to play in person soon, and then that won't be a problem anymore.
Yeah, I can just cheat.
Yeah, cheat. Yeah. Like the Finn with the 5, which is, I don't care, or Justin with Rex with the Lucky. We don't care on this channel. We just cheat all the time. Yeah, all right. Well, those are our new top 5 favorite investigators. There's been some changes, which is always exciting to see. I imagine there's going to be some new investigators coming out really soon that we can sink our teeth into, and then there's still a bunch I haven't played as well, like Winifred. I want to play Amanda Sharp because she plays skills, and I obviously like yellow characters, and I'm also daydreaming, like Travis, I like yellow on my splash. I'm daydreaming about my Survivor 05, Seeker 02 character. Probably Daryl Simmons.
If it's Vacuum Man, then I have to play him before you, Justin. It probably won't be, but if it is Vacuum
Bob
Man.
Jenkins.
No, it's probably going to be, my guess is Daryl Simmons. That's who it's going to be. That's the one that makes sense to me. But
maybe Murray Jack.
But yeah, no, if it's the Vacuum Salesman, he's yours, 100%. I will, just like how I'm taking Charlie Kane first when he comes in, you know?
Hold on.
Yeah, Fred's like, I'll see you in the arena, brother.
Sorry, what?
Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll be back next week with another list video. We're going to be revisiting our top 3 to 5 least favorite. So our least favorite investigators, not our top. But thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good one. And as always, GG's.